Alright, welcome to part 2. So part 1 we did the exponent rules with monomials. Now we're going to do polynomials. Alright, so polynomials are just a bunch of monomials put together. Alright, so if you read inside of there, you can, just read that on your own. And then standard form. So when you write the standard form of any polynomial, you have to write it from highest exponent to lowest. Okay, so for example, it's like x cubed, x squared, x, and 1. Alright, so your exponents, which, top rates here, decrease. This x has a 1, which don't write it, and then the 1 has a 0 technically with it. Okay? Well, 0x to the 0, if you want to get technical. Alright, so you always have to write it from highest exponent to lowest exponent. Very important. Alright, so let's just talk about polynomials. We're going to classify their degree and by their number of terms. So a 0 degree polynomial we consider a constant. A first degree polynomial is considered linear. Okay, so these two things you did a lot with in Algebra 1. And at the end of Algebra 1 we did the next one. So this is a second degree polynomial, which we call a quadratic. And then in Algebra 2, you got into 3, 4, and 5 powers. So x cubed we would call cubic. All right, and x to the 4th is quartic. And then x to the 5th would be considered quintic. The number of terms, so from the previous one, we had one term, which is called a monomial. Or if you remember from history class, monotheism is one religion. 2 terms, like a bicycle would be a binomial. Okay, or a tricycle, like number 3, would be a trinomial. Then after that, we get kind of lazy and we just classify everything as a polynomial. Alright, so anything like x4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc., 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 we just call them polynomials. Just keep it simple. Alright, so our next few parts, we're going to add, we're going to subtract, and then we're going to multiply. Alright, we're not going to do any dividing until maybe later on, so we're just going to do adding and subtracting. So adding and subtracting, you want to combine like terms. So adding, what I do is if it's squared, I put 2 lines under it. If it's to the first power, I put 1. So same thing here, 2 and 1. Now I'm just going to combine like terms. So 2 lines, I have 1b squared and 8b squared. Gives me 9b squared. 5b minus 2b gives me positive 3b. And a negative 11 plus negative 7 is negative 18. Alright. So then we get to the subtraction, which it's a little extra step. It's not too bad. So you're going to distribute the negative to the right, and to the right only. So distribute right only. Okay. A lot of students mess that up and want to distribute everywhere. So I'm going to rewrite it. 3w squared plus 2w minus 6 minus 9. So when you distribute a negative, it just changes all the signs. Minus 3w squared minus 7w. Alright, so 2 lines, 1 line, 2 lines, 1 line. So after I combine, 3 minus 3 is 0, so that's gone. And then 2 minus 7 gives you negative 5w. Then negative 6 minus 9 is negative 15. So we have to do it for this one that I forgot, the number 9 we'll go back to, is we have to classify it. So this is a linear. Alright, so what degree is it? It's a linear, and then how many terms? So it's a linear binomial. Alright, and then number 9, okay, so I have b squared, so this is a quadratic trinomial. Alright, change colors here, so it's not all jumbled. So number 11, again, distribute that negative through. Rewrite what you have. 2 lines, 3 for the cube, 1, 3, and 2. Alright, so highest exponent first, I have 1 cubed plus 3 cubed gives me 4y cubed. And then squares, they have a -3 and a -4, gives me -7y squared. And then just minus y minus 2. Highlight it, boom. This is a cube, so it's a cubic. And we got 4 terms, so cubic polynomial. Sorry, this is small. Going forward, I'm going to readjust these things. Alright, number 12 is nice and easy. It's not negative, just got to combine like terms. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So there's only 1 cube here, so I got 5k cubed. Negative k squared plus k cancels out, nice, and then minus 4k, and 7 plus 2 is 9er. So highest exponent is a cube, so this is a cubic trinomial. Alright, now we get into the fun multiplying stuff here. Again, if you need more space and you're not printing, if you are printing this and you need more space, just write on a separate sheet of paper. When I was doing my hard copy notes, it was tough to fit everything in here. So don't feel the need to fit everything in these little blocks. So when we have a binomial times a trinomial, what I like to do is do the box method. So if you don't like it, you can just distribute a lot, which for me just cleans it up, makes it look a lot nicer. Okay, so this is the box method. I write the first term vertically, second term horizontally, and I just do the math inside the box. So 2x squared and x make 2x cubed. So you're finding the area of each square or rectangle, whichever you want to call it. 6x squared minus 7x, negative 6x squared minus 18x plus 21. The nice part about these is your diagonals are your like terms. So I'm gonna, like I was talking about space here, I'm just gonna write my answer there. So 2x cubed. The squares cancel out, and then we get negative 25x plus 21. So this is a cubic trinomial. 14, I'm going to FOIL the first one, and I'm going to distribute that. Alright, so FOILing it out, get 20t squared, then plus 12t minus 5t minus 3. Distribute, get negative 20t plus 18. So we'll just go back and do that thing you do. T squared gets 2 lines, 1 line, 1 line, 1 line. Well, that's actually typo. That should be t squared because negative 2t times 10t is negative 20t squared. Alright, and we look, 20 minus 20 cancels out. Then we got 12 minus 5 is 7. And this should be a t here at the end. Sorry guys, it's late in the day. So 12 minus 5 is 7. 7 plus 18 is 25t. And then the negative 3 just kind of tanks at the bottom. So this is a linear binomial. Alright, just moving along. So whenever you see this quantity squared thing right there, just means you gotta write the problem out twice. So we get 4j minus 7k times 4j minus 7k. So now you'll FOIL from here. 4j times 4j is 16j squared. 4 times 7 is negative 28jk. I'm actually being for real, not jk. Alright, and negative 7k times 4j is negative 28jk. And then last, negative makes positive 49k squared. Combine like terms in the middle. You get 16j squared minus 56jk plus 49k squared. Whew. That's a lot. So this here is a quadratic trinomial. Okay. 16, I'm going to pull off that are right here. So I'm going to FOIL these two out. So 2v times 2v is 4v squared minus 6v plus 6v minus 9. Okay, parentheses, all times negative 3v plus 1. Combine like terms. Get 4v squared minus 6. Sorry. They cancel out in the middle. Minus 9. Negative 3v plus 1. Okay, so we're going to FOIL one more time. Get negative 12v cubed plus 4v squared. Negative 9 times negative 3 is positive 27v minus 9. Look for like terms. There are none. Boom, done. Classify it. This is a cubic. More than 4 or 4 terms and more. Polynomial. Bam. Okay, 17. I'll do box method because it's crazy looking. P negative 6. P squared, negative 2p and 1. Yeah, so that's a lot of terms. That's why I'm doing it this way. P squared and p squared is p4 minus 2p cubed, p squared, p cubed. Again, reminder, I'm just finding the area of each square. So this first column, second row, it's p times p squared, which gives me p cubed. And I'm just doing the same thing, just kind of, matching it this way. All right. So that's what I'm doing. That's how I get the area for each one of them. So negative 2p squared, p all right. Let's look at our diagonals, cubes, squares, linear. Combine the like terms. I'm going to write it over here. So I got P4. 1 minus 2 is negative P cubed. Negative 6 and negative 2 is negative 8 plus 1 is negative 7P squared. And then you got 12P and 1P is 13P minus 6. Big one. This is a quartic polynomial. Alright. Then 18, I'll start in the box. I'll probably have to move around. So I get, whoops. You get 3x plus 1 3x plus 1, negative x plus 4, negative x plus 4. Alright, so I'm going to do a double FOIL here. I'm going to FOIL the first two terms. I'm going to FOIL the second two terms. I'm going to multiply again. So this will give me 9x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 1. That's from this. And then we'll get x squared minus 4x plus 16. Combine like terms, get 9x squared plus 6x plus 1, x squared minus 8x plus 16. Okay, boom. So this is just like 17, so I'm going to do a box method. I got some more space to work, so I can make it look good. So you have 9x squared, 6x, and 1. X squared minus 8x positive 16. Cut my sections. 9x4 negative 72x cubed. Cheat. I get 144x squared. 6x cubed minus 48x squared, 96x, x squared, negative 8x, and 16. Alright. Diagonals, combine them. 9x4. 72 minus 6 will be negative 66x cubed. 1 minus 48 plus 144. So when you just add numbers, ignore the variable because they're all the same power. So just 1 minus, so if you're using the calculator, 1 minus 48 plus 144, which is going to give us positive 97x squared. And then 96 minus 8 would be positive 88x plus 16. Huge. Combined, that part's done. This is a quartic polynomial. Alright. Fun word problem. Alright, so we have a triangle. Okay. That gives you a base is 3x plus 1 or 7. I guess I'll take my time right nicer. Alright, you got your triangle. Bam. Try it again. Sorry, guys. Can't decide what kind of triangle I want to draw. Bam. I'll just draw this. So base 3x plus 7. Height 5x minus 1. Alright, talking about height. Area here. Okay. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So we have this first triangle. So our original. And then it has us doing a second triangle where the base tripled and the height is doubled. So you're just taking your base times 3 and your height times 2. So for my base, it's 3 times 3x plus 7, which gives me 9x plus 21. And then for my height, it's 2 times 5x minus 1, which is 10x minus 2. Alright, so we got to figure out the difference in the area of these two new triangles. So let's figure out the original. Area equals 1/2 base times height, or height times base, or multiplication doesn't matter. So let's FOIL it out. We get 15x squared plus 35x minus 3x minus 7. Combine like terms right here. So half of 15x squared plus 32 minus 7. Half of 15 is 7.5. Half of 32 is 16. Half of 7 is 3.5. So we'll kind of circle this for a minute. And then the new one is going to be 1/2 my base of 9x plus 21. My height of 10x minus 2. FOIL it out. So 9x and 10x is 90x squared. 9 and 2 makes negative 18x plus 210x minus 42. Combine like terms. 90x squared. 210 minus 18. So that becomes, take 10 off of it, comes 200. So it's 200 minus 8, which is positive 192x minus 42. Half of this is 45x squared. Half of 92 is 192, sorry. It's 96x minus 21. Alright, sorry. I know it's painful. I know it's the first lesson, but, you know, I'm gonna get all the kinks and knock the rust off that goes going. So we need to find a difference here. So we gotta do new minus old. Alright, and all I do is I'm gonna stack this horizontally. So I'll do 45x squared plus 96x minus 21 minus 7.5x squared plus 16x minus 3.5. Okay, so 45 minus 7.5 is 37.5x squared. 96 minus 16 is 80x. And negative 21 minus negative 3.5 becomes negative 17.5. That is the difference in areas. So if we knew x, we could plug x in and we can actually get a number here, but we don't know what x is at this point in time. Alright, so hopefully you've kind of enjoyed it. They'll get better. I'll reformat things as we progress throughout the year. Remember, we're all learning together. So I'll see you in our meeting. Bring questions, and we'll look forward to